answer me this though, Raheem. When the
Mhm.
message hit
Yep.
and that song blew up and changed the damn world, were
Right.
y'all able to get some bread off of the show money at least with that at the time, or what was that like?
Yes, the show money was always good. When we were a cohesive unit, we were doing shows. We got a lot of shows, and our show fees escalated. With our popularity and stuff. But we didn't stay a cohesive unit um, long enough to fully enjoy the benefits of doing performances like that. Like um, the last performance we did, well, and I wouldn't even say we were a cohesive unit then, but it was maybe 4 years ago in Philly, and it was just me, Melly Mel, and Scorpio. Grandmaster Flash doesn't uh, the members of the Furious Five who are remaining, but that's due to um, the slander that Melly Mel and Scorpio decided to engage in with regards to Flash's involvement um, uh, in the production of our first recordings. They discredit him and say that he didn't have anything to do with our first few recordings with Sugar Hill Records, and therefore he had nothing to do with the group's success, which is extremely untrue because the first few recordings that we did with Sugar Hill Records were as direct results of the original versions of the instrumental copies of the songs that we did interpolations to by way of the Sugar Hill Band of groups like this group Freedom. Our song was called Freedom, but the group that did the song that we called Freedom, their name was Freedom, and they recorded a song called Get Up and Dance, in which us, SWV, and the Wu-Tang Clan remix, and so forth and so on. And so that song that we call Freedom is their song Get Up and Dance. And so Flash used to play when we started uh, doing park jams and jams at the clubs. Flash would spin the original version, Get Up and Dance by the group Freedom. And that's how we came up with the lyrics to our song Freedom prior to being signed to any record label. And that's how we came up with the lyrics to our song Super Rapping before we were signed to a record label, and It's Nasty before we were signed to a record label. So all of these records that we recorded after being signed to Sugar Hill Records were direct results of Grandmaster Flash spinning the original instrumentals of those songs.
Mm-hmm. So,
And so that broke the group up.
I feel that. When the message hit, how did you feel with y'all having a conscious song going worldwide? Did that make you feel any type of way being able to get on a platform and let the world know exactly what y'all were experiencing in the hoods of America? Or how did that impact you?
So initially, because we didn't write the message. A brother by the name of Ed Fletcher, aka Duke Booty, rest in peace, um, was the I would say 90% majority writer on the message, um, with the exception of Melly Mel's verse "A Child Is Born with No State of Mind," which came from our previously recorded song "Super Rap." Um, so Melly Mel didn't do any of the writing on the message, even though he's credited as one of the writers. But what should have happened was we should have all been credited as writers on the message because by law, as per copyright law, you can't take a portion of composition from one creative work and apply it to another creative work without crediting all of the authors of the initial creative work.
Yeah.
Okay, um, so now with regards to how we felt about the message, um, because at the time when we were presented the music and the majority of the lyrics to the message, the vibe, as far as in early rap music at the time, it was very much about a party. And the song at that time that was on fire all over the planet was called Planet Rock. And so to us, we was like, oh hell no, we don't want to do no damn song like The Message, Don't Push Me Because
Yeah.
I'm close to, ain't nobody gonna dance to this. You know what I mean? And who gonna dance to this, you know? And so we were vehemently against recording that song. But Sylvia Robinson was like, you know, if y'all record this song, it's gonna put your career in a whole nother place. It's gonna take y'all to a whole nother level. But if you agree to record this song, I will let y'all create and record a song that, you know, like Planet Rock. And so the trade-off was we went in the studio and we recorded The Message. We were actually each auditioned to see who was going to be on The Message. And Melly Mel probably wouldn't have been on the song if it wasn't for me going in the booth when it was time for me to audition. Instead of me spitting something that I wrote, I spit his verse, A Child Is Born, from my previously recorded song, Super Rapping, because I felt like it fit the song perfect. And when Sylvia Robinson listened back to my recording of it, she was like, "Oh my God, that's a take. We keeping that." So I was like, "Oh nah, Miss Robinson, that was Mel's verse. I just spit it because it fit the song." She was like, "That was a great call, baby. Okay, Mel, go in the booth and do your verse." And so that's how Mel got on the song.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When y'all started traveling the world with the song, what was the reaction when you realized y'all were leaving New York singing your song and it's going crazy out here?
I guess initially, you know, you don't know how how influential, you know, how big, you know, your music is, how many people it touched until you go somewhere like, you know, Helsinki, Finland, or Oslo, Norway, or, you know what I mean, or Brussels, Belgium, and you know, the primary language there is not English; it's whatever their languages are. But when you come out on stage and you start singing the words to your song, these people whose language aren't primarily English, they know every single word to your song. Like that right there is getting me high just thinking about it. It's giving me goosebumps. There's no greater high than that.
Yeah. Coming from the hood and seeing those places, did you ever think that that rapping that you had started back in the day was going to take you all over the world though?
That's funny that you say that because myself, for me personally, I've always regarded myself as like kind of like a visionary. And even though I didn't know how it was going to happen, like what path I was going to take, my mom told me when I was a little boy that I had better not prove myself to be an embarrassment to the Williams household when I grow up, because I was going to be somebody important and somebody was always going to have a camera and a microphone in my face. And my mom was a teacher, so she didn't play that misuse of the English language. So even though I was literally escorted to the door of Harry S. Truman High School, my old high school, by my principal and my assistant principal. And they literally said to me, "Mr. Williams, can you please never return here?" and I was damn expelled. I absolutely got expelled from high school, and I never went back to further my education or get a GED or anything like that, because I feel as though school isn't for everyone, and or not that kind of school. The school that I have attended and am still a student of is the school of life, and my experiences in the school of life um, absolutely justify that I have a master's degree to the 100th power.